Hello, welcome to Amherst. My name is Frances Tulea, and I'm an Associate Dean of Admission at Amherst College in Amherst, Massachusetts. Thank you for joining me today. I'm delighted to have this virtual visit with you, and I'm looking forward to giving you some information about Amherst College, where we are, who we are, and what we think is especially distinctive about Amherst. So let's get started. You're looking here at an overview of the Amherst campus, taken in the autumn when the trees are turning beautiful colors of gold and red. Amherst has a large campus of about 1,000 acres. Our academic and residential buildings are clustered in one corner of that property, so there's lots of open land, running paths, biking paths, cross-country skiing, a bird and wildlife sanctuary. We even have our own working farm, the Book and Plow Farm, which grows much of the produce used in our dining hall and where some of our students work during the school year. Amherst is located in the western part of the state of Massachusetts in the northeastern United States. We're about 150 kilometers directly west of Boston and about 250 kilometers north of New York City. This is our main campus quad, also called the first-year quad, because all new first-year students live in residence halls on the perimeter of the quad. This is the heart of campus. Every student will pass through the quad multiple times during the day on the way to class or the dining hall or the library or just hanging out with friends. Amherst has many traditional buildings dating back to our founding in the early 1800s, but our campus architecture is actually quite eclectic. For example, here's our new Science Center, an ultra-modern, state-of-the-art teaching and research facility. About 35% of Amherst students choose to major in a science. Biology, chemistry, physics, biochemistry, biophysics, neuroscience, and biological psychology. Amherst is a residential school. About 98% of our students live on campus for all 4 years of college. Learning and living together is an important part of the experience, and the residence halls are important social centers for our students. Our residence halls also vary in design. This is Newport House, one of our upper class residence halls. In contrast to the traditional style of Newport House, the Greenway is our newest residential complex, and it's decidedly more modern in design. Here's another view of our quad. If you follow down to the far end of the quad on the left, you can see the mountains in the distance. This is the view from that end of the quad. Memorial Hill, overlooking some of our playing fields, and the Holyoke Mountain Range in the distance. Amherst is really a visually stunning campus, and we all feel grateful, students and staff, to live and work in such a beautiful and restful natural environment. Amherst College is adjacent to the town of Amherst, which is a quintessential American college town. About 35,000 people live in the town of Amherst year-round. It's got restaurants, coffee shops, cafes, bookstores, pharmacies, just about everything you'd need. Now that you have a good idea of where we are, let's move on to talk about who we are and what is distinctive about Amherst. Like most liberal arts colleges, Amherst places an emphasis on a close-knit residential community. We have an enrollment of about 1,850 students. Small classes, our average class size is about 16. Close contact between professors and students. Our student-faculty ratio is 7:1. And a very collaborative, participatory classroom environment. It's an education that emphasizes breadth and depth of study over multiple disciplines rather than early specialization. An education that emphasizes developing an innovative, insightful, independent, interdisciplinary approach to reading, writing, and thinking. In addition, however, Amherst has a cluster of characteristics that, taken together, we think distinguish Amherst. Those characteristics are our open curriculum, the variety and diversity of our student body, and related to that, the strength of our financial aid program, and our membership in the 5-college consortium. First, the open curriculum. As you look at colleges in the United States, you'll notice that different schools organize their curricula in different ways. Some have a core curriculum. Many others have what are called area or distribution requirements. Some institutional rule that governs the distribution across academic disciplines of some of the subset of the courses you'll take. Amherst has none of that. We're one of a small number of schools with an open curriculum, which imposes a minimum of institutional requirements and gives you a maximum degree of freedom in deciding what you're going to study and when you're going to study it. Students choose the courses that matter most to them, which ensures that each classroom is filled with inquisitive, fully engaged students committed to the topic at hand. We require that all students complete 32 courses in 4 years. All students must complete at least one major, although about 45% of our students complete 2 majors. And all students must complete a first-year seminar, a course in the first semester of the first year, limited to first-year students only, usually interdisciplinary in content, sometimes team taught by faculty from different departments. Other than those 3 requirements, Amherst gives you a very high degree of autonomy and independence in designing your academic program and determining your path of intellectual development. The second important characteristic of Amherst College is the variety and diversity of our students, and it's a diversity that covers many dimensions: geographic, racial and ethnic, socioeconomic, gender identity, religious affiliation, and a diversity of interests and background. Amherst is considered to be one of the most diverse of the liberal arts colleges. Our students come from all across the US and over 55 countries. About 10% of our students are international. Another 5 to 10% are dual citizens who have lived and been educated abroad. 45% of our domestic students identify as students of color, coming from racial and ethnic groups that have been traditionally underrepresented in US higher education. And our students come from all kinds of socioeconomic backgrounds because we have worked over the years to develop a financial aid program that ensures we are bringing the best students to Amherst, regardless of a family's ability to pay. Amherst is need blind in admission of all applicants, domestic and international, which means that when we are making decisions about admission, we do not take into consideration the applicant's need for financial aid. We are exclusively need-based in financial aid. All scholarships are awarded based on a family's demonstrated financial need. Students are not competing with one another for scholarship funds. We have no academic merit scholarships and no athletic scholarships. We meet 100% of a family's demonstrated need with a no-loan financial aid package. No student is ever required to take out a student loan. Last year, 86% of our international students received financial aid with an average annual award of more than $69,000. And the third distinctive characteristic of Amherst College is our membership in the 5 College Consortium, a cluster of 5 institutions of higher education within a 20-kilometer area: Amherst College, Hampshire College, Mount Holyoke College, Smith College, and the University of Massachusetts. The schools are independent, but we cooperate with one another to provide enhanced academic and social opportunities for our students. As a student at Amherst, you can take classes at the other schools at no extra charge, giving you access to over 5,000 courses. You can use the libraries at the other schools. You can attend lectures, performances, concerts at the other schools. And there's a free 5 college bus system linking all the schools together, so it's easy to get from one to the other. There's also a greatly expanded social scene through the 5 colleges. During the school year, there are about 30,000 students in the 5 college area. So it's a very student-centered environment with a lot going on every night and weekend. We think the 5 College Consortium gives our students the best of both worlds: the advantages of a small, intimate college, a close community of students and faculty who know one another and work closely together, but within the context of a much larger academic and social environment. So now you know a little bit more about Amherst College, and especially about the aspects of Amherst that we think are most distinctive: our open curriculum, the diversity of our student body, and our membership in the 5 College Consortium. There's so much more to know about Amherst, so please don't hesitate to get in touch with us by email or join one of our online virtual campus visits to learn more. And thanks again for joining me today.